have seen the other thing. For some odd reason, my camera was not working, but now the light's on my laptop up there. You guys can't see it. So here it goes. I'm probably just gonna do a bunch of the random stuff that I usually do on Cobra Kai channel. I don't know if the weather is lagging or whatever. That could have been the problem with the 20-second video that I just did. But eventually, I will probably be doing the slow motion version of the Cobra Kai season 5 trailer, maybe breaking it down just because me and a few people out there, including Ken Cole, who's a Terry Silver fan as much as me, we think that in one of the scenes of the trailer of season 5, Terry Silver is going to team up with one of Daniel's other arch enemies, not known to Karate Kid universe, but Cole's Auto Group, which is I think closer to Daniel, maybe next door or a few minutes away or whatever from Daniel's auto shop. And they're gonna buy out either the LaRusso one or Ken Cole's, maybe for the beginning, the trailer, the promoting Cobra Kai type, when the TV commercial version. Also, I'm gonna go over my celebrity crush thing. I'm probably just gonna open up the tab right now because I have Cobra Kai artwork. I may not use that artwork right now because it's black, so I may just stick with my Thomasine Griffith one, which my iPhone looked like he was gonna eat me at one point. Also, we got plenty of Star Wars news, and I have a few Star Wars question answer type thingies, which I'll probably get to. But guys, let's get into it. I may also go broadcast, depending on how long this is. I don't know. I'm going to try to do an hour or two, most likely. And then I'll probably go on to the Talking Star Wars channel. And then sorry for the loud noise or whatever. And then I'll be doing some Star Wars news. We got an article 2 days ago from Vanity Fair, which broke down a few thingies, which includes what I'm going to talk about in a few seconds or so. So go join me over there if you guys want. Dude. Oh, bruh. I don't know. Untitled stream? Board. Here, I'll just be board stream. Hold up, guys. I'm going to edit the title thingy up there. And I'm going to be Cobra Kai talk. Give me one quick second, guys. Star Wars. Talk. I can't. Hey guys. Yep, there we go. I just updated that. You updated the description. I'm gonna just go over the Star Wars news probably right now, and then I'll go into the Cobra Kai stuff because that leads into two of my celebrity crushes from the Karate Kid Cobra Kai franchise. Give me a second. My friend Jackson's probably bugging on Instagram. Wait, what did I even say to him before? Okay. I wish it said, no offense, I wish it said, wait, what the, oh yeah. Well, I usually have a name for myself on either one of the channels. It's Shannon Silver from my Wax On Wax Off channel, just because of my love of Thomas. Oh no. And yeah, so why not? Plus, I'm sure everybody knows that my name is Shannon just based off of the channel, Shannon Gatesy. Even though I may change the name instead of like making that new YouTube channel that said that true crime one. Yeah, and I'll like put like in bracket Shannon Gatesy or something, or just like the Shannon part because I don't really go by the Gatesy anymore. That's really not my last name, as you know, I'm sure. Ah! Shut your face, Georgie. Are you a mod on here, Jackson? I forget if you are. If not, I'll do that later. Because it's been like that while, like long of a while that I feel like I've done a live stream besides like the ones that I did yesterday. I'm just like curious if you are. Hey Jackson, we got some Taika Waititi Star Wars news, you guys, and a few other things. Jackson. But yeah, are you a mod on here, Jackson? I forget. I wish that there was a way that could like do that. Like, nope. Yeah, I can put you guys on timeouts. Don't worry. You're safe, Jackson. I don't know, but butthead. I'm kidding. Shut your face. Did you guys see that picture? I don't know if you saw it clearly. Jackson, hold up. I got like a few notifications on my iPhone, but yay! I just like wasn't sure. I forgot. You. Hey, remember how I said he was doing a Star Wars movie? We could be getting it next year. Right. Okay, tell me if this looks like he's about to eat my phone, guys. Like, look at his mouth is right there, and then my phone's that black thing. Oops. What am I gonna do with you both? Well, Georgie especially. But yeah, doesn't it look like he's about to eat my phone, kind of? Because, like, his face is right there. Like, his mouth is right there, clearly through my iPhone. Kind of looks like he's eating, like, part of my eye as well. Right. But yeah, Jackson, remember how he's doing a Star Wars movie? We could be getting it earlier! As of, like, next year in December. Which is really great. There was supposed to be this movie called Rogue Squadron, but I'm tempting on like screenshotting these two, like the Thomas Channel Loves You and Taika, and just randomly taking them. I'm not gonna do it. Don't worry. They would probably kill me at some point, right? Probably. That was scary, kind of, in like a funny way, of what happened yesterday about IMDb. For those guys that watch the stream later, I used to have the. Why did I say the used to part? Oh God. I have a crush on Thomasine Griffith from Cobra Kai. And Karate Kid 3. And the app IMDb. But yeah, the IMDb app suggested that I watch Karate Kid 3 again. Maybe I should again one day. Just to get anticipated for season 5 of Cobra Kai. I mean, what Terry Silver is going to do next. I still gotta update Costas's days, eh? Like, I think I did day 3 last, and it's been like a week. Oopsies. Like, I gotta do him and Pink, and yeah. Costas list. What am I gonna do with you both? Okay, I think I just hit myself in the face. Or I'll put you on timer. Oh! I know, it's been a while since, like, I've done this. Like, this is the first time on my laptop that I've done this chant. I don't know. Hey? Because, like, the previous other, like, 2 times I used that I uploaded, like, yesterday, they were just from my iPhone, which I probably should charge. It's, like, at 30%. See? Thomas is 30%, it, like, says up there. Even though he's sideways. I'm just gonna go with my, like, Star Wars question and answer thing first. Give me, like, one quick second. I gotta figure out. Never mind, found it. Probably you, because I'm the host. He's one of the mods. He's probably joking about that, though, because he did the tongue reaction. Hi, Thomas. Okay. Ow. Okay, I almost just fell off the bed with Thomas and Griffith. Ow. Give me a second. I gotta go get my notebook thing. Okay. Give me 1 second. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to find my. Aha! I looked all over my room for the booklet, even though it was right in front. Yeah, put you on the timeout. I'm pretty sure he meant because I'm the boss, like the main host, and then you've got Jackson, one of your mods. Ha 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 ha. I could also do that too, but we're probably just joking with you. Well, I'm gonna just put my laptop close. Will we see Dan / Pedro again after The Mandalorian ends? I think we probably will. I mean, Jon Favreau, he was like the voice of Monkey in Solo, I think. And then, boom, now he's doing The Mandalorian, Book of Boba. Like, writing all these things, maybe even doing a feature film one of these days. Eh? Like, who knows about Pedro? Like, I don't know about Din Djarin. Yeah, you dork. That's it for the fun. I'm going to keep the you dork as a random joke. Until she says something. But he could also voice another character, Pedro Pascal. What am I going to do with these two guys? Will Grogu be in a possible Luke Skywalker show? I don't think we're gonna. Oh, Georgie, you're probably like making her blush or something by saying Anson. By the way, but I don't even think we're gonna get Luke Skywalker show at this point. Then again, who knows? Like, Kathleen Kennedy was talking about recasting like younger characters, but come on, we got you and back, guys. Kenobi, Georgie, tomorrow. Or today? It's a week from today. Or tomorrow. Wait, yeah, tomorrow. It's a week from tomorrow, guys. Kenobi. I will probably do like an episode 1 and 2 reaction on my Talking Star Wars channel or here. Yeah. And then episode 3, like when I get back from the cottage. Because I probably won't like bring my laptop. I don't know yet. Maybe just like my iPad and my iPhone, obviously. Will Leia get her own show or movie? I don't know. Like, there probably is a story to tell about, depending on how old Leia would be in the story, too. Because, like, you could probably go for, like, Millie Bobby Brown, who looks exactly like her, and she's grown up, too. Like, she doesn't look like Millie anymore from, like, previous Stranger Things and stuff like that seasons. Like, some of the cast members grew up really fast. Like, isn't she, like, 16, 17 right now or something? Which would be about her in like Rogue One. Maybe they could use her for Andor though, but I don't know. Especially like I don't know if it's confirmed or rumored, but Jimmy Smits is gonna be in either one of them, like Kenobi or Andor, or both. Or are you depending on the timeline of whatever you want Leia to do in whatever show? Because like John Watts, the director of all 3 of the recent Spider-Man movies, No Way Home, Far From Home, and Homecoming? Yeah. Is going to do a Star Wars show, and it's going to be set in, like, the Mandalorian era, but it's going to, like, not include people that we know about, right? Like, it's not going to, as far as I know, it's not going to include, like, Grogu and Din in them. Maybe it will include, like, a young Luke Skywalker and Grogu, maybe. Maybe even, like, a 5-year-old actor or something being, like, a young Ben Solo, perhaps. Right? Maybe they could use, like, Millie or Carrie's daughter, Billy, for, like, that young Leia. Especially, like, for her mother's wishes and stuff. Like, her mom probably wanted her to, like, be like Leia. They sound alike. They look kind of alike. All you would probably need is, like, a wig or, like, highlights or something. Even just, like, if you wanted to, like, I think they did this for Rogue One. Like, they took Carrie Fisher's face and, like, they, like, CGI'd it somehow onto the actress playing Leia in Rogue One, like, at the end. So maybe they could also do that, like, get Carrie's face and place it on Billy's, even though that would be weird. Will Thrawn appear in the cinematic event? I don't think he will. Like, they were talking about that in, like, 2020, but I don't know. He's definitely going to appear in Ahsoka, I think. I think it's going to be confirmed at Celebration next week that Lars Mikkelsen is drawn. Like, I think that that's getting confirmed or even just, like, announced. And somebody's going to be Ezra. I think it's going to be that Aladdin guy. Anita Masoud or whatever. Nina Masoud, whatever. Will Hayden be Vader or Ahsoka? By the way, some of these questions were before the, like, announcements came out, so I may just skip some, but yeah. Will Ahsoka appear in Obi-Wan? Georgie? Dork. Whatever you want me to call you. Do you think that Ahsoka is going to appear in Kenobi? Like, I don't know what to think. You saw birds, which could be the Fulcrum Herbert signal thingy in Kenobi, like in the teaser trailer. But that could just be birds. Or it could be a signal that she's even around, right? Like, I think there's supposed to be flashbacks of the Clone Wars. We probably, sorry for my hand, we probably won't see Jack. I accidentally. But yeah, we probably won't see him touch us, Satine. Do you think? Wait, here, I'm gonna reply to you because obviously you're not paying attention, I don't think. Do you. Wait a second, guys. Good girl, I was about to reply to you. Yeah, maybe, because Hayden may go younger. Ewan's probably gonna go like a little bit younger. Even though they look perfect. Like, Hayden's voice definitely sounds different. He's starting to sound more like James Earl Jones a bit. Like the kind of like darker voice. Sorry, I had to, but he did. Like some Echo Base Network, a Star Wars YouTube channel, they were like reacting to like press for Kenobi, and like they were shocked of how his like voice changed over the years. Maybe he was doing James Earl Jones impressions, like just like get closer to Vader as possible. If he's not in the show, I mean, because like Sean from Phantom Empire and a few other people, I think don't think he's in the show, but we will see James Earl Jones as Vader, like the voice. Well, who will be the composer for Rogue Squadron? I don't know. I think it's gonna be somebody that like Patty Jenkins worked with. We got the composer for Andor, but I think I forget who the composer's name is, but we'll probably. Yes, definitely. Qui-Gon has to appear in Kenobi at some point. Maybe in episode like 2 or whatever, like trying to convince, like Padme convinced Obi-Wan, but maybe also like Qui-Gon will, like they're still good in Anakin or something. Did you know Liam Neeson technically is in Revenge of the Sith, I think? I think it was that movie. Hey? You can like hear his voice though. He's like, Anakin, no, at one point, because I think Liam Neeson, according to IMDb, he like got into a motorcycle accident, or else we probably would have seen a Force ghost. Hey. That's what IMDb says, but IMDb is wrong sometimes. But yeah, he got into like a motorcycle accident, hit a deer, or like he took a wrong turn while trying to avoid a deer or something, and then yeah. Or else he probably wouldn't have been the Force ghost. Then again, Kenobi makes more sense, right? I mean, Yoda mentions him at the end. To Tatooine you must for training. I think that, yes. I think that Yoda is also going to appear at some point in Kenobi as well, just based off of the training you must, or training you will, with your old Jedi Master. And yeah, I definitely think Yoda, though, is a strong possibility. Like, everyone's talking about Qui-Gon Jinn. I kind of want to ask, like, somebody on YouTube. That's it. I'm going to, like, give me a second, guys. I'm going to ask Sean, like, I'm going to just message him on Facebook. And I'm going to, from Phantom Empire, and I'm going to be like, do you think Yoda's in the show? Or maybe I'll do that later. I don't know. They may do a Star Wars thingy later. They were supposed to, I think, cover the Vanity Fair article thingy, but I guess something happened. Or maybe they're going to just save it for a special thingy. Or maybe they had a scoop, like they were waiting for something, and then boom! Taika Waititi's coming out like next year, basically. Well, he could be, or maybe 2025. Ryan Johnson's probably done. Like, not gonna do his films anymore. Maybe I'll bring up the Vanity Fair article and like I'll like skim through it with you guys. Maybe I'll like read along and stuff. Maybe I'll get on my phone and watch this live stream so I can like answer any like or read like the chat as well. Who will be the composer for Andor? I think we'll also get Michael Giacchino. He composed bits and pieces of Rogue One, like some of the scores. So I think maybe he will also have some input. I don't know about Andor, like a theme for Andor, even though I think the person that did Succession, or one of those shows, is doing the composing for Andor. We obviously have the composer for Obi-Wan, well, the two of them. Nicole Holt, I believe, who did Loki. Which is funny because the guy that wrote Loki, Michael Waldron, he's doing Rian Johnson's Star Wars movie. And Kevin Feige's producing. I feel like it's going to be somebody from Marvel that's going to do the film. When am I stands? Oh, yeah. Nice. I know, he must be like a huge... Yeah, he must be like a huge fan, right? Or he's excited for Kenobi. Depending on how old he is, he could have been like a prequel baby like me. Like, I was, what, 6? 5 or almost turning 6 or something when episode 1 came out. Because that was 1999, but depending when it was, because I could have been like 5, about to be 6, or just turned 6. That's it. I'm curious now when Star Wars episode 1 came out. Because obviously I'm not a original trilogy baby. Like, I was 5 when Empire was on TV. I think it was Empire. Saw Vader for the first time. I was terrified. Hey, Georgie, did I ever tell you the time that I was in elementary school? And I saw the poster for Revenge of the Sith, like Vader in like the center, and I got terrified of Vader. And I was like in elementary school. Give me like 1 second. Yeah, I was really. I was like, exactly. That's like one of my favorite parts of the trailer. I was 5, about to turn 6, Georgie, when like a week later when episode 1 came out. So technically I am a prequel baby just because a week later I was 6 when episode 1 came out. Maybe I saw that like on TV or something as a little kid, but I definitely remember like when I was 5 maybe, and I saw Empire, I want to say. Like, I remember seeing Vader, and I remember like seeing Luke in them, but it's like that was 24 years, almost 24 years ago. Hey, Jackson. Next week, 29. Will Taika Waititi be back to voice like a droid again in Mandalorian? I think Taika Waititi will be back at some point in Star Wars besides his movie. Maybe episodes of like one of the shows. I mean, he could do the Acolyte, like an episode of it or something. And I definitely think somebody that Taika's worked with will probably like compose his Star Wars movie. I hope we get... Okay, me and a few people actually think, especially like with the Vanity Fair article, which I'll actually go pull up now. But we think that we're gonna get a movie announcement, and I definitely think so, especially Taika's. Like, we're gonna officially get maybe a release date, something. Like, he's gonna be on stage, Kevin Feige, whomever is gonna be on stage, and like announce something. Yeah. Oh yeah, just a reminder, guys. I don't know what. I know we're gonna execute you in 44 years. We're gonna execute you in 44 years. I'll be like 73 when I execute you. Right? Yeah, probably like 73 when I execute you. Oh, wait. Now I gotta randomly say this. Give me a second. Here, guys, I'm gonna pull up the Vanity Fair article thingy, but I'm not gonna read it yet. Just gonna like read through the article with you guys, even though it's long. But well. Hold up, guys. I'm gonna. I got the article ready, but as soon as I'm done this, then maybe I'll do it. Who will compose backlight? I think somebody that Leslie Headland, like the showrunner, has worked with, like sort of like what Robert De Niro and Martin Scorsese usually do. Usually, for example, like they team up together, so or like they work with them. Will any of the previous directors be back, like John and Dave for Mandalorian? I definitely think so, or maybe like they'll focus. Like, I swear to God, I feel like Dave Filoni is gonna do an episode or a bunch of them or something of Ahsoka, depending how many episodes it is. Well, Patty Jenkins directed an episode of Mandalorian. I don't know. She's busy right now. Well, it's true. We got 44 years more chunks, and then we get to execute Georgie. Okay. Well, Grogu getting killed by Kylo Ren / Ben Solo. We don't know Grogu's fate yet, but we'll see. Will we figure out hey, big stinker. Sorry, big ooh. Will we figure out where Obi-Wan got the name Ben from? And Kenobi? Because I don't know if we'll figure it out. Okay, then we got 42 more years to execute you, Trey. Yeah. I was 5 when I had you then. I call Trey also my son. Wait, what's the you just said you turned 24 and now you turned 24. Make up your mind of how old you're gonna be. I'm kidding. Will Disney hire Sebastian Stan to ever play Luke Skywalker? I think it's possible, but they may stick with the digital or whatever they did with Mandalorian and with Book of Boba. Who's 2027's director? I don't know. It could be somebody that hasn't been announced yet. It could be Kevin Feige. Okay. Gee. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be Kevin Feige's for 2027. Maybe an unannounced person, though. Does R2D2 know who Grogu is? Probably. Or I may just think he's Yoda. Does C-3PO know? Who knows? I got a bunch of Star Wars questions that I'm going to read the Vanity Fair article. I'm kind of pointing at it on my laptop, even though you guys really can't see. Imagine if I showed the full screen, then you guys would see Thomas Ian Griffith's like forehead up there. I'm like pointing at it kind of like right there. And then his neck is like down there. Will Luke kill Gideon? No, but probably Bo Katan. Will Giancarlo Esposito get his own standalone series? Who knows? I mean, everybody else kind of is. Was Gideon sent by Thrawn? Probably Werner Herzog. Will Ezra show up in The Mandalorian? I don't think so, but definitely there's a possibility about Ahsoka. Will Georgie. Will Natalie Portman have flashbacks in Kenobi? Because I don't know what to think. Part of me wants to say yes. Part of me wants to say no. I mean, I think they had to do reshoots for Thor, and I think she just left. Or one of you two did. I wish it's, no offense to like the people that restream or whatever, you guys should like update it. The people, whose app I'm using. What website thing I'm using? Like, you know, to like say of like who's watching. Like it says one person, but it's like who's the one person? It probably is Trey. Will we see Scarab in Andor? Probably not. Will we go to Jeddah in Andor? Yes, I think so, because Saw Gerrera is supposed to appear, Forrest Whitaker. Will we see Vader's Castle in Andor? Maybe. Especially like if Krennic and Palpatine are in there. Will we see Vader's Castle in Obi-Wan? I think we saw it in the trailer, so yes. Also, there's supposed to be 2 rematches as far as I'm told. I know. Did you see in the Thomas server I made just like a plain ghost, like a not movable GIF emote, but just like a ghost, like looks like that one. And I named it Big Oof Georgie. Or something like that. But yeah, so who knows where the rematch between Vader and Kenobi will be, so it could be there as well. Will James Earl Jones voice Vader? Maybe, or maybe they won't, just because it kind of would not make sense unless they somehow did like his voice like lower, because like he's 80 something now, I think, maybe in his 90s. Will there be a new droid in Mandalorian? Who knows? Jason Ward from Making Star Wars said like a year or 2 ago that there was Jamie Lee Curtis on the set of Mandalorian, which is also said they were filming one of those Avatar movies coming out like next year or whatever. So it's like, yeah. Will Cal Estes from Jedi Fallen Order make a live action debut? I think he probably will in Kenobi. Apparently, Anakin knows of him, so maybe. Will we see previous Star Wars planets in Mandalorian? I think we will. Mandalore, I think, was in Clone Wars at one point, maybe even in Bad Batch, which I haven't seen yet, the Bad Batch show. Any Rebels live action appearances in Mandalorian? Who knows, right? I mean, we could get Sabine Wren. Like, we got Ahsoka. Will Adrian or Hona, I believe her name is, be Cassian's sister or friend / lover in Andor? Probably a friend or a lover. Maybe she could be like a Kira. Like, seem good, but boom, she's bad towards the end. Will Din ever like run into like a younger Poe? I don't know how old Poe is. I like at Poe Dameron, Oscar Isaac is at the time of Mandalorian, but that would be funny. Right. Like, the actors are best friends, Oscar Isaac and Pedro. And, like, they even, like, joked, like, not, like, a Star Wars type joke thing, but, like, they were doing Wired Autocomplete interview, and Oscar said Pedro looks like a baby chicken, and that Oscar looks like a grumpy, bald eagle. What will Din's fate be in The Mandalorian? We'll probably soon find out. I mean, is there going to be another season after season 3? Will Din sacrifice himself for somebody? Yes, possibly. Maybe that could be his ending. Will we get a time jump to the future where Kylo kills the Jedi? Maybe. I don't know. Like, could Luke get his own series? Also, that John watched was talking about a few minutes ago or whatever. It's supposed to be like the Goonies as well. Kind of. But like Stranger Things, like teenagers and Goonies. Kind of. Well, the Lando series, if it still goes. And where we get a Solo 2 cliffhanger, sort of like the Book of Boba Fett announcement. I don't think we will. Like, some people did not like Solo, a Star Wars story. But maybe on Bryce Dallas Howard could direct it. Or even a TV series. Did Cassian ever win into Galen? No, he just heard about him from Mothma and Bail Organa. Who will compose Ahsoka? Maybe Kevin Kilner, who did a bunch of the animated things, including, I think, Clone Wars, the animated series, or the movie that they did. I'm not going to ask this one that I'll probably answer, just because we know that it's all separate. Will Gal Gadot appear in Rogue Squadron? Maybe. I was just joking about a few of these, by the way. Like, I'm like, will Chris Pine appear in Rogue Squadron? Maybe. I'm not going to read that word. Will Samuel L. Jackson return as Mace Windu at some point? It's tough. We saw him falling off of out like the window by the Force Lightning in Revenge of the Sith. And like, it wouldn't make sense if he were to appear right now. Unless he was a Force ghost, but I don't think he's like alive. Like, we know Palpatine survived, but no. Like, just like the timing would not make sense either. Will Rian Johnson finally do his trilogy? Nope. Unless it happens like way in the future, like he's gonna do Knives Out 2 or something with probably our friend Lenny's guy, Chris Evans back, and a few other people back. Will they DH Mark again for a Luke series? Possibly, if we get the Luke series. Maybe the Stranger Things one. If Luke isn't that. Will we ever get a Plagueis live action appearance? I think we will, Darth Plagueis. Especially like if he's around in The Acolyte, for example. Which is about 100 years before episode 1. So like 100 years before we meet teenaged or however old he is, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Qui-Gon Jinn, and them. Will we ever get a young Palpatine film? I think also Palpatine could, I don't know, appear. I could be wrong, but like he could also appear in The Acolyte. Or he could not even be born yet. Or maybe his parents or whatever are mentioned. And if so, maybe Tom Felton from Harry Potter, Draco Malfoy, or Tom Hiddleston for like him, or Tarkin if Tarkin's alive. Will Han Solo get a sequel on Disney Plus or a TV series? Probably the TV series, maybe. What are the remaining unannounced 10 plus future Star Wars shows or movies? It's tough. Like, we got all these things. We got Kevin Feige, we have Patty Jenkins, we got Taika Waititi, but they were all announced. I forget who, but somebody else has like a movie or 2 movies coming in. Like, we haven't heard any confirmation about that. Well, like Rick Gordonson's for new Star Wars movie, maybe, or maybe like hints, like sort of like a John Williams type hint thingy or cue thingy in a future TV show. Well, Kevin Kilner score Obi-Wan, we know that's not true. Can I just end that? Because I'm gonna die in a minute. We find out who hid Grogu on Kenobi during Order 66. Who knows? Will Michael Giacchino do a film score? Maybe, especially like if given the time, like it felt rushed for a few of them. Is Bryce Dallas Howard the right choice for a possible solo sequel? We will see. She's been doing really great with the Star Wars universe and TV shows. Some people think that she's gonna take over for like be the director of a Star Wars movie. I could see that, depending, I guess, because I forget what the film's called, but Bryce Dallas Howard's gonna do like Flight of the Conqueror or something. Flight of the Navigator, something. I think it's gonna be Disney Plus or whatever. So I guess it depends on how well that does. Like I think it's her directorial debut, unless she directed like other movie type things. And if not, then she could probably still do a TV show, right? Well, John Williams recorded one final piece of music for Star Wars. Yes, he's gonna do a new score for Obi-Wan. I think we heard that in the teaser trailer, like a little snippet of it. Will Bo-Katan appear in Rangers of the New Republic? Yes, if it happens still. Will Werner Herzog ever appear again? No, I don't think so. Will Din and Grogu meet again? Yes, they obviously did in Book of Boba, and they'll probably be in Season 3 again, too. Well, reinforcements come in Mandalorian. Yes, they're probably going to need some. Also, Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future and Rick and Morty, he's apparently in Mandalorian Season 3, but nobody knows, like, what he is. Will Jake Lloyd's Anakin be used in, like, flashbacks, or will it be Hayden for Kenobi? Probably both. Like, Obi-Wan looking at Luke, like, that scene in the trailer, him sitting on top of, like, the rooftop or whatever, acting like he's flying or driving or whatever. So, yeah. Are Rafen, chances Liam Neeson, Joel Edgerton, Ahmed Best, and others appear in Obi-Wan? I definitely think it's 100. Like 90% or something for 2 or 3. Ahmed's not in it. He was Jar Jar Binks. Joel's obviously in it. He's Uncle Owen. Liam Neeson, we don't know yet. Liam Neeson keeps on being like, he's not in it. But Ewan McGregor has said he doesn't know about Kenobi in like 2 years or 3 years at this time. Like 2019 or something, he got confirmed being Kenobi. But like 2018, 2017 or something, even like 2016, he's like, he doesn't know, but all this time he was lying to us. Like, he's like, he knows. Are Ray, Finn, and Poe's stories done, or will we see them again? I think we'll see them again in the future, though, like probably 2030 or something. Will we see Jonna Lando's possible daughter again in the future Star Wars movies? Yes. I mean, you don't just have her for one movie, right? Will we see Rose Tico in future Star Wars movies? Probably. Who got the Falcon at the end of the Rise of Skywalker? I think it was Lando and Chewie. Will Finn Wolfhard ever play Kylo Ren / Ben Solo? Maybe. We will see there's fan castings on that. I'm almost done these, and then I'm gonna read over the Vanity Fair thing probably quickly. I have like a little headache, but it's like nothing serious. It just like hurts for a second, then stops. Will we see the First Order being built in The Mandalorian? Probably. We're getting close to that timeline, I think. Will we ever see a young Loris and Tekka / Max von Sydow in Mandalorian or in Luke's own possible show? I forget Luke's show. Probably Mandalorian, because nobody knows about the Luke show. Will Carl Weathers have his own series? Maybe. Will Tarkin be an Andor? Yes. Him and maybe Orson Krennic / Ben Mendelsohn. Will Ahsoka or Din get Maz Luke's saber? Probably Ahsoka, if Maz Kanata is in it. Will Maz Kanata appear in Mandalorian? I don't think so. Will we see Maz Palace in Mandalorian? I don't think so. Will Lupita Nyong'o be back as Maz? Yes, in like new films, I think she will be, or in the TV show things. Will Kira appear in Lando series? Yes, I think she will. Or Crimson Dawn, who she was working for. Did Lando ever find another fun-loving droid? Probably not. Will we see Alden narrate as Han? He could appear in Lando, but I don't know about like his own like series thing. But we will see, I guess. Will Gareth Edwards direct an episode or 2 of Andor? No, unless there's multiple directors, because Tony Gilroy wrote them all. I think he directed them all too. I'm not too sure. Well, Stephen Daldry have writing credit on Kenobi. Who knows? Like, he was. I think he did a script, or he had an idea for a script in like 2018 when they were supposed to be a movie before Solo failed, and then they did the TV thing like a year and a bit later. Will Kenobi be one season or more? It says that it's a limited event, but UN's open to coming back for more. Just think, we would probably have more UN gifts for the UN server and stuff on Discord. Will future server shows have a gallery? Yes, Book of Boba did. Probably we'll get a Kenobi one in like a couple of weeks or so. What will Taika's Star Wars film be about? I don't know. Somebody said like the journey of the Wills because of some artwork that was behind him when Kathleen Kennedy officially confirmed or announced or whatever that Taika Waititi was doing a Star Wars film like 2020. Will we ever see Chewbacca again? Yes, I definitely think we will at some point. I don't know whether it be movies. Like, probably not like these late, like, not Taika's probably. Not Kevin Feige's or Patty Jenkins, because, like, it's tough. They're not connected to the original or the sequel trilogies. Look, Kevin's isn't, Patty's is, like, way in the future, so who knows about Chewbacca? Who knows about the timeline of Taika's movie? Like, where is it? Like it's 2023 most likely, or 2024 even, I guess. But, like, what timeline? Like, is it High Republic, which is like 100 or like 200 or whatever years before Episode 1 of Phantom Menace? Or is it Patty Jenkins' way, like the future? Or like Mandalorian timeline, not connected to like sort of like the John Watts TV show. Yeah. Or if we get a Solo 2, that one too could work. Will Robert Rodriguez do a Star Wars movie? Probably. His episode was pretty great, the one on Exegol and Mandalorian. Peyton Reed probably will. Or a Luke Skywalker show. He did the season 2 finale, if I'm not mistaken. Jon Favreau definitely should. Dave Filoni should. Deborah Chow should, especially if Kenobi knocks it out of the park. James Mangold probably will at some point, like a Boba Fett one. Bryce, I hope that Bryce will. Ron Howard, maybe, especially like a full movie. Because like he replaced Lord and Miller, Phil Lord, Chris Miller, the ones that did the Lego movie. I don't think Kira will get her own show, but I think that if it did, it would probably be like with Maul and Crimson Dawn. Maul probably won't get his own live action show. Well, Mads Mikkelsen returning Andor. This is tough. Like, it's 5 years before Kenobi. Before Rogue One. So, I don't know. Cassie and Andor probably knows a Palpatine and Vader. Georgie, save me. Woo! Hey, Jackson. I've been doing this for an hour almost. Give me right up to my phone. Very good. Thomas is playing hide and go seek on me, I feel like. Give me like 1 second. Give me like 1 quick second. Oh, I guess that wasn't Georgie. It said one person was watching and then that person left. Well, 2 people. And then you're still here. Okay, I'm going to probably get off like soon. I may just read over the Vanity Fair. Unless you dare me to do the celebrity crush thing. Because, like, I'm kind of bored right now. Some of my favorite TV shows I don't really watch anymore, but like I usually just stick to like the ones that I usually watch, like dinner time type thingy. Like sometimes a 5 o'clock show, 5 and 5:30, 6:30. Then sometimes I watch Wheel of Fortune. Sometimes I kind of like try to avoid it, or like I'm like say I have dinner at like 5 or 6, then I like wash my dishes or whatever, and I'm like turn like the water up like so high that you can't hardly hear it, or maybe I would just like watch something at 6:30, a movie or whatever. Here, I'm gonna share my entire screen, I guess. Oh god. Okay, let's get to this. This may be laggy, I don't know. Jackson. Trey. Trey. Thomas is like right there. Like I don't know if you can see my mouse. You probably can. It's just because like this is showing. But he's right there. That would be funny if I somehow like received text messages on my laptop, and then you'll probably receive one from Erin. Oh yeah, I kicked her butt. I kicked her butt. Well, I'm curious, like if woo, my iPhone was at 30. I just realized that when you guys see the Vanity Fair thing, that gets me. Oh yeah, hold up. I'm gonna change it. And I'll just like skim through it, like I'll read it with you guys. I don't know if there's a way to make it bigger, but I'll just read it. Star Wars: The Rebellion will be televised. I like love this picture. This is our like first glimpse, I believe, of what Andor is gonna look like. Even though we know what the actor looks like it looks like the same outfit in a way, I guess, that he looked like in Andor. And then we got the other things. An exclusive look at the master plan for Obi-Wan Kenobi with Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen, Andor with Diego Luna, Ahsoka with Rosario Dawson, and ready guys, and a fleet of new shows. I make officers them to reading this by Anthony Bresnikan. Diego Luna couldn't trust the driver. He didn't think he could trust anybody. And hadn't he read something about an epidemic of eavesdroppers hacking phones? That was just my paranoia, the actor says now. Not connected to reality. Still, he pressed his phone so tight to his ear that it made his face hot, as a voice from thousands of miles away told him secrets from another galaxy. The car was stuck in traffic on the top tier of a double-decker highway in Mexico City. I was speaking in code words because I was trying not to say too much in the car, says Luna. The words he was avoiding most strenuously were start and words, because they obviously have to keep it a secret, right? Because I think Mads Mikkelsen I forget if it was Rogue One or his Bond film Casino Royale, but like he left his script on like the plane or something. Ooh, there's audio version of it. Luna had played the dauntless rebel spy Cassian during the 2016 film Rogue One, which is an awesome film. Now, on other ends of the phone was Tony Gilroy, who had punched up the movie script for reshoots. I think he also directed some of it, if I'm not mistaken. Gilroy, whose credits include writing the first Born Thrillers and writing and directing Michael Clayton, was developing a series that would explore Endura's backstory, revealing what drew him into the Galactic Rebellion, and how he evolved from a self-serving nihilist into a selfless martyr. Luna's call with Gilroy, the first time he heard the full plan for the industry, happened more than 3 years ago. One thing I remember from being part of this since day one is how little you can share of what happens, says the actor. I have kids, man. It's painful for them and for me. Guys, look at these pictures. Shows mainly a bunch of people that we are gonna see. Like you, this could be Hayden Christensen in the Vader suit, or maybe somebody else. There's Moses Ingram, who plays the character Reva, and obviously Georgie's other man, Ewan McGregor, and then Genevieve O'Reilly, who plays Mon Mothma, Diego, Pedro, and Rosario Dawson. I'm not gonna like read those small thingies. There's also video down below, like here, but I'm gonna like skip it in case. George Lucas himself had attempted and abandoned a live-action Star Wars series called Underworld before he sold Lucasfilm to the Walt Disney Company in 2012. Scripts were written and test footage shot, but the level of quality he was looking for proved to be too expensive for a TV budget. Then in 2017, Lucasfilm was tasked with trying again, this time making not one series, but a whole fleet to bolster its parent company's streaming ambitions. Disney Plus would need the firepower of many Star Wars shows to compete against rival titans like Netflix and Amazon. The Mandalorian we know now became a global phenomenon which only raised expectations. This winter, the Book of Boba Fett delivered a redemption story nearly 4 decades after the title character's apparent demise in Return of the Jedi. Now, with 130 million subscribers rating, good job, Disney. Disney has upped its demands to 3 separate Star Wars shows within a year, where the story Lucasfilm has lifted the secrecy surrounding its TV universe and how it's formed as universes do under an immense pressure. I'm gonna keep on looking back and forth at the chat, so sorry if I stop at certain points. First up is Ewan McGregor's return to his role as a weary Jedi Master in exile. Obi-Wan Kenobi debuts May 27th, so 8 days from this live stream, tracking the character 10 years into his time on the desert world of Tatooine, where he serves as a distant guardian to young Luke Skywalker and is haunted by a dark-side inquisitor named Reva, played by the Queen's Gambit's Moses Ingram. Ewan doesn't even know the timeline either. Like he said, it's probably a little bit less than 10 years, but we'll see. Luna's spy saga and/or hit screens late this summer. So probably like August, September. We may get, I think there's rumors that we're going to get a trailer at a celebration. Season 3 of The Mandalorian, reuniting Pedro Pascal's helmeted gunfighter with his little green word, you know who, drops in late 2022 or early 2023, in December most likely. Next year, Rosario Dawson will lead the series Ahsoka, playing the live-action version of a fan favorite Force wielder from animation who was once an apprentice to Anakin Skywalker. Slightly further off is the Acolyte, with a tale set about a century before the era of the Skywalkers. Funny enough, even though they mention a little bit of insights, it doesn't mention about the Bad Batch Season 2. Or Lando, I don't think. Or Rangers of the New Republic when you think about that. Maybe we'll get more information soon. It's a bountiful time to be a Star Wars obsessive, to say the least. McGregor, who wrestled with joining the Galaxy in the late 1990s because some people didn't like it, and wrestled again with Weather to Return, says the gig has saturated his life. His partner, Mary, is doing that Star Wars series with Rosario, and she's about to start. He says, Lucasfilm had previously confirmed rumors that Mary Elizabeth Winstead will be in Ahsoka, but now they don't have to. Our little boy, Laurie, has been born into this massive Star Wars family, says McGregor, whose son with Winstead was born last summer. So he's like about a year now or something. Depending on when this article was, I guess, or these people wrote it, he will either embrace it or really go the other way. I don't know. Maybe he'll be a Trekkie. On that day in mid-2019, when Luna was recruited for Andor, the actor remembers looking out the car window at the rooftops of the adjacent buildings, visualizing the tale about resistance-minded spies and near-death escapes. He was especially glad that Gilroy's proposal included details that resonated personally. Luna describes Andor as a refugee story with desperate people fleeing the Empire at the full force of its power. It's the journey of migrants, he says. The feeling of having to move is behind the story. Very profoundly and very strong. That shapes his person. Pardon me. It defines you in many ways in what you're willing to do. So sort of like, I guess, to nurse a story, kind of. Gilroy breathes deep and reveals a little more about Andor. This guy gave his life for the galaxy, right? I mean, he consciously, soberly, without vanity recognition, sacrificed himself. Who does that, he asks. That's what this first season is about. It's rumored to be 3 seasons, guys. It's about him being really revolution averse and cynical and lost and kind of a mess. The story begins with the destruction of Andor's birth world, then follows him into adulthood when he realizes he can't run forever. His adopted home will become the base of our whole first season, and we watch that place being radicalized, Gilroy says. Then we see another planet that's completely taken apart in a colonial kind of way. The Empire is expanding rapidly. You're wiping out anybody who is in the way. By journeys in Andor's path will be to block theirs. It sounds like he's going to be kind of in the Leia situation. Ah! You almost missed me screaming, Anson Georgie loves you, because I mentioned some Star Trek, and he's in a Star Trek show. Oh, Jackson. Oh, Trey. What? And yeah, I got Lee. He hasn't broke on me yet. And that's kind of melted because it's kind of hot over here. Really? You were gone for like 30 minutes? That's like when your last message was. And I just hit an hour in like 9 minutes. But yeah, this kind of sounds like a Leia-like story. I mean, Alderaan, her adopted parents' home world got blown up, and then boom. Now it seems like. Oh. Never mind. I just read your Instagram message. Don't be a butt. Give me 1 second. Hopefully your computer is better. I'm just like reading over the Star Wars article. Then I may do this little me thing. The show also focuses on the erratic rebel leader Mon Mothma, played by Genevieve O'Reilly, who portrayed her as a young senator in Revenge of the Sith, then reprised her the role in Rogue One. That definitely makes sense. I don't think it mentions Jimmy Smits, who played Bail Organa, either in it. Mothma, then played by Caroline Blakiston, was the priestess like figure in 1983's Return of the Jedi who outlines weakness in the new Death Star, gravely intoning, "Many Bothans died to bring us this information." I wonder if we'll ever hear about these Bothans. Maybe it was sort of like a Rogue One situation, like them risking their lives for them. In Andor, her story will run parallel to the title character, whom we know will eventually become one of her key agents. It is a huge orchestral Dickensian ensemble cast as Gilroy. I cannot wait for Andor. Lena remembers the conversation in the car as the moment he was all in. And then Gilroy said to me, "You want to take this risk with me, man? It's you and I from beginning to end," says the actor. "It was like you'd been recruited to join a rebel force." I was like, "Yes, of course, man, yes." Then reality set in. What did I just say? This will be happening in London? My life is in Mexico. Holy blank. I'm just going to say blank. What have I done? Because I think we're not allowed to swear on YouTube. It's the theme that binds all the new shows, devotion. What's unique about Star Wars is that we're one story, basically, says Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy. George was always dealing with episodes. Ironically, he was serializing his storytelling. He was influenced by Flash Gordon and cliffhangers on Saturdays at movie theaters. I'm pretty sure most of us Star Wars fans know about the Flash Gordon references. All of it informed all of that informed what the DNA of Star Wars is, which is why I think it's just organic that we made the transition into television. The transition the transition was not an obvious pivot when Empire built on movies. When she took over Lucasfilm in 2012, Kennedy's primary goal was to rejuvenate Star Wars with a new era of films after a trilogy of prequels that underwhelmed many fans. Yeah, some people did not like the trilogy, like the prequels. I'm a prequel baby though. Like I said, I was like 5, about to be 6 a week when a week after the Phantom Menace came out. Few producers were both poised to do that, given her legacy of crowd pleasers ranging from E.T. Really? She produced Back to the Future? Uh, hey Trey, did I tell you my sister's terrified of the movie E.T.? We like went to a wax figure in Niagara Falls, and she got so terrified of a wax figure of E.T. that she made Isabel scared. Like my sister is like, ah, like a quiet one, and then Isabel's like, my niece. For those of you guys that don't know, hey, I don't know if I showed you this really cute video. It's like on my channel somewhere. It's like one of the first videos, I think, or maybe it was a short, and it's like 33 or something seconds long. It's Jacob. He's like 4 or 5, maybe even like 3 or something. He's like a doobie song, and that has like 38 views or something on this channel. On this channel. But yeah, given her legacy of crowd pleasers ranging from E.T. to Back to the Future and The Sixth Sense, by the end of 2015, Han, Leia, and Luke were back on the big screen in J.J. Abrams' The Force Awakens, which I own, which introduced the desert scavenger Rey. I hope we see her again. The attention-seeking stormtrooper Finn. Yes, I definitely think we'll see him at some point too. The X-Wing hotshot Poe Dameron. Maybe we'll see him too. And the brooding Sith wannabe Kylo Ren. Brian Johnson's sequel, 2017's The Last Jedi, continued Skywalker saga as it came to be known, but veered sharply from Abrams' vision and seemed to close off some of the central storylines. Abrams' U-turn back when he returned for 2019's final chapter in The Rise of Skywalker, taking over episode 9 late in development. The movies all earned billions, but the zigzagging narrative with conspicuous. All this led to the hiatus. A foul spot in the Star Wars film landscape that Kennedy announced in early 2019, months before The Rise of Skywalker even debuted. Lucasfilm needed to regroup and rethink. We all recognized, every single one of us, that this was a new chapter for the company, that we needed to all work together to create the architecture for where we were going. Factor in the standalone movies Rogue One and Solo, and the Bay Area production company had churning out a blockbuster year. Breakneck pace considering that Lucas himself only released one Star Wars film every 3 years, with well over a decade between trilogies. Kennedy wanted to dispense with the annual deadline and reconsider everything. The most important lesson they learned was this: Star Wars required a greater degree of professional devotion from filmmakers. Anyone who comes into the Star Wars universe needs to know that it's a 3 to 4, 5 year commitment. She says, that's what it takes. You can't step in for a year and shoot something and then walk away. It requires that kind of nurturing. Getting something appropriately cosmic prepped for their streaming service's launch became Disney's highest priority. It had to feel as big as the film, so Kennedy turned to a filmmaker. I'm gonna take a little break for a second, drink my iced cappuccino because there's still a bit to go. We haven't even touched on the new shows. I think I mentioned in here. Okay. I've been talking a lot for almost an hour and 30 minutes. Jon Favreau had inaugurated the cinematic universe with Iron Man a decade before and was steeped in large scale serialized storytelling. The actor and director also became so proficient with visual effects that his most recent Disney projects, The Jungle Book and The Lion King, were often described as live action, even though both are almost entirely digitally stimulated. I knew that Jon Favreau was always deeply interested in Star Wars. He was the first person I went to, Kennedy said. Now, guys, this is getting completely dumb just because a few people know that Jon Favreau worked with Dave Filoni in an episode or two of the Clone Wars. So Kathleen didn't really introduce them. And you read about this. He said, "Not only would I have an interest, I have an idea. Plus, he was willing to meet that new criteria of hers. What's unique about John is his commitment," Kennedy says. "He's had a sole focus pretty much on this for the last several years. That's been a godsend." After meeting at Kennedy's office in Santa Monica, Favreau started working without even a contract. "I just started writing," he says. "So by the time I was officially hired, I had already written the first, I think, 4 episodes. But there was one problem. Favreau's idea was about a Mandalorian, the helmeted tribe of galactic warriors who frequently turned up as mercenaries or bounty hunters. The first, and for a long time, the only Mandalorian the early Star Wars films was Boba Fett, and Lucasfilm planned to make him the central character in the feature film being developed by director James Mangold. I think also, I forget what source or whatever, but James Mangold turned down those rumors. That wasn't the problem. Although Favreau would eventually pick up the Boba Fett story after Mangold moved on to another Lucasfilm property, directing Indiana Jones 5. The problem Kennedy faced was that another esteemed creative executive, Dylan, had also devised a series focused on Mandalorians. Filoni is the colorful cowboy hat-wearing mastermind behind many of Lucasfilm's animated shows. He joined the company in 2005 as an apprentice to Lucas himself and developed the Clone Wars with him. Filoni wanted to explore some of the ideas they'd never fully realized. I remember when I did Clone Wars, George came in and said, "Well, the Mandalorians are pacifists in this time period." I'm like, "Oh, well, that's very different than what everybody thinks they were." He was like, "Oh, you got to remember that people are never just one thing. Culture is a loaf, and they change over time." Being able to channel the creator makes Filoni indispensable at Lucasfilm. He was a critical part of the company's new TV ventures, and Kennedy had been nurturing his filmmaking ambitions ever since her arrival. Favreau and Filoni were friendly, but Kennedy feared a turf war might erupt. She devised a fix. "I arranged the play date," she says. After meeting in Los Angeles, Favreau and Filoni exchanged ideas and drawings for a Mandalorian show that could combine their ideas. They got along instantly like gangbusters, Kennedy says. Filoni's knowledge of Mandalorian history blended with Favreau's longtime gunsling concept. Most importantly, the new partners challenged each other. Favreau's ideas for the child was the biggest sticking point. It gave us some pause. Kennedy says he and Dave debated that quite ferociously. The child is also known as Grogu. You guys, we got images as well. I'll just look through them quickly. Hayden's taller than Ewan McGregor, and this could be Ewan right here. Or that could be a stunt double. Yeah, Ewan's stunt double, it says. I may go for 3 hours with the streaming ceremony. The child, of course, is pistachio-hued scene stealer who would melt the Mandalorian's icy bounty hunter heart by becoming the innocent he must protect at all costs. Zulorn remained under wraps until the debut of the first episode, then instantly became an object of global adoration. His real name is Grogu, but in our world, he is forever Baby Yoda. Honestly, it's something I never would have done because Yoda is Yoda. Filoni says Yoda's homeworld and backstory were never fully revealed, and Filoni wanted to protect the mystery that Lucas built around the original Jedi Master. I think people now look back and think it was like a slam dunk, But we were very cautious, Filoni says of the child. The amount of measuring, especially in the first season, for how we were framing this kid took a lot of effort. The pair spoke with Vanity Fair in a joint Zoom interview, and as Filoni described his initial reservations one window, Favreau disappeared from another, resulting through papers and returning with sketches and drawings of Amanda and the child. One of them, drawn by Filoni himself, showed the baby's hand reaching out of the floating bassinet towards his burly protector. Most of the other concepts were off-putting, wrinkled and feral, or cartoonish. It's easy to understand that Filoni's hesitation. There were a lot of different looks that popped up, and then we got one that finally clicked. It's this drawing, Favreau says, tapping a full-color concept image by artist Chris Altsman. Now emblazoned on countless pieces of merchandise. In it, the child sits in a bulky brown onesie with wide toe eyes and slightly derpy expression. That's him, this one, Barbara says. He has kind of a goofy, ugly look. We didn't want him too cute. Part of his charm is that you feel a little pity for the guy, like Chaplin's Tramp or Charlie Brown. There was never an alternate creature. It's not like we might have gotten creatures and like baby Akbar or lunch boxes, dolls, backpacks, and t-shirts. We never have gotten a child at all if Lucasfilm hadn't solved another, even bigger problem with The Mandalorian. How to create a show that goes to new worlds in every episode without backbreaking budgetary demands of shipping a crew to the further reaches of our own planet. We were making series that were meant to sit alongside our films with a third of the budget and half of the time, says Carrie Beck, a development and production executive at Lucasfilm who co-executive produced The Mandalorian. While it became a huge success, I feel like everybody's blood, sweat, and tears are on that screen. Ironically, the thing that cleared the path was the wall. The cluster of bulky beige buildings in Manhattan Beach, a south community near Los Angeles, looks as boring as any warehouse district. They are the khaki pants of architecture. Inside at least two of these sound stages, however, are portals to other worlds. The Mandalorian debuted in late 2019, Lucasfilm's special effects division, Industrial Light and Magic, began to reveal details on colossal curved LED wall they called the volume that can envelop a film crew as effectively as any location shoot, generating an environment that's convincingly photorealistic, even to a digital camera. There's no need to ship a crew and props and actors anywhere. Everywhere can be brought to the studio. We have 3 volumes now in LA, one in London, one in Vancouver. Film and TV creators are just beginning to discover its capabilities. The glow of dusk or dawn can last the whole workday if necessary. You can even freeze the sun. Or if you're shooting something set on Tatooine, you can freeze 2 of them. Back in 2018, when The Mandalorian was first being planned, the tech was unsteady. Richard Bluff, supervisor of ILM's environments departments, had spent much of his career building virtual backdrops and knew the volume, which ILM officially called stagecraft, could be just what the Mandalorian needed. Without it, the show would either be too costly to produce or too chintzy to impress. The turning point came in the spring of the year when one of the most famously exacting directors of all time stopped by. James Cameron came to visit, Bluff says. He was next door working on Avatar sequels in the water tank. John had asked for us to display on the monitor the test we'd shot earlier in the day. The footage featured a Mandalorian standing pacing around the dilapidated ruins of an abandoned building, littered with debris and stained by water damage, with walls peeling like. The structure really exists and sits on Angel Island in San Francisco Bay, but the building's location had been scanned and pointed to the LED screens, and the bounty hunter in his mirror-like armor seemed to have been transported into a decaying room. If anyone on Earth could see the seams of the effect, it would be Cameron. I remember distinctly Jim taking off his glasses and leaning close to look at the quality of the image and how convincing it was. Bluff says, I think for everybody that afternoon was the eureka moment because it was working. 4 years later, the volume is an essential everyday tool. During a visit in mid-March, it conjures a rocky gray cavern with cliffs embedded with large tech components. Whatever this place is, it's been colonized. On the flat ceiling of the studio, you can see craggy roof of the cave with a roof opening that lets light pour down from a circle of blue sky. There's less clutter than other sets and virtually no dust. There's no smell of fresh paint, sculptured foam, or freshly cut lumber. The volume has the sterile ozone scent of a Best Buy as millions upon of tiny light emitting diodes embedded in the curved surface evoke alien landscapes. Favreau shows off the stage like a man opening the hood of a newly restored classic car. Asked if the technology allows them to make a full season of television in the amount of time as the Star Wars Marvel movie, Favreau shakes his head. No, it's like half the time. We got some more pictures of the crew. There's Dave Filoni with the cowboy hat. Deborah Chow right there. She's the director of Kenobi. Maybe that's something right here. John Favreau, this guy with the glasses, and then this one like leaning over to chair is Kathleen Kennedy. One of the first outsiders to see the volume was Pedro Pascal when the actor was created by Favreau to lend a flinty presence to Mandalorian's anti-hero. I knew that it was an ace in the hole. I just knew, Pascal says, and I haven't been surprised by many of it. Maybe I've been a little surprised by how compelling the Mandalorian can be, because he's faceless. But that had been a selling point for him too. The character later revealed to be named Din Djarin is such a hard-line devotee to Mandalorian rules that he scrumptiously keeps his helmet on in the presence of others. That means Pascal can sometimes play the role as a voice actor while a stand-in wears the armor, which frees him to accept other projects. Maybe a little bit of a commitment phobe. He says, because the coolness of it really excites me, and the lifespan of it really intimidates me. Star Wars actors tend to become Star Wars actors for life. Late 1990s, this led McGregor to overplaying the young Obi-Wan Kenobi in the prequel movies. I really questioned a lot, he says. I feel like I was part of this new wave of British cinema, really, and that Star Wars wasn't me. That's not what I stood for. I was this sort of urban, grungy, independent film actor. The late Sir Alec Guinness notoriously looked down on the space saga when he played the wise old man in the original films. McGregor said he did too, especially after his first installment, 1999's The Phantom Menace, suffered punishing reviews. It was hard because it was such a huge decision to do them, such a big event. It was quite difficult for all of us to deal with that, also knowing you've got a couple more to do. McGregor was relieved to put the franchise behind him, but in 2017 he was invited to the El Capitan Theater in Hollywood for a marathon screening of every Star Wars film. They asked me if I would want to introduce one, and I've never done anything like that. But suddenly it just struck me that I really did want to. McGregor recalls, why why had his feelings changed? I don't know, he says, scratching a scruffy cheek. I really do think it has to do with growing up. He enjoyed seeing people in sleeping bags pulling an all-nighter with his movies. Kids who'd grown up with the prequels weren't as cynical as the critics. A few reviewers had begun to repraise them. People loved him as Obi-Wan, which made McGregor realize that he did too. After the screening, McGregor started to guess the question nearly every time he had interviewed. Would he ever consider playing Obi-Wan Kenobi again? McGregor always answered in the affirmative, which is good politics, but not a contractual obligation. The only time the question really mattered was when Ewan McGregor was asked by Lucasfilm, then head of story Curie Hart, about 4 years ago. She just said, "We wanted to know if it's true. You said you'd do it again. We want to know if you mean it," McGregor recalls. And I said, "Yeah, I do mean it. I would be happy to do it again." Lucasfilm intended to make Obi-Wan Kenobi a movie to be directed by Oscar nominee Stephen Daldry, who did like Billy Elliot and Doubt, I think. McGregor would be a producer this time, giving him more say over the story. "I just said I think that it would be a story about a broken man, a man's faith," he says. He always has a funny line to say, or always seems to be calm and is a good warrior or soldier or whatever. But to me, to see that man come apart and see what gets him back together again, that's where we started. When the Obi-Wan series When the Obi-Wan film later evolved into an Obi-Wan TV series as part of Lucasfilm's new yearning for Disney Plus content, Daldry departed and Deborah Chow, a director for The Mandalorian, a great director for The Mandalorian, came aboard with the goal to keep the series cinematic in scope. There remained one missing component. McGregor's prequel co-star Hayden Christensen had been Anakin Skywalker to his Obi-Wan brothers in arms until their brutal battle on the lava flow in Revenge of the Sith. Still in the early iterations of the Obi-Wan and Access story, Vader wasn't included. Late last year, Rosario Dawson seemed to accidentally confirm a rumor with an Instagram post. I looked at my email and Star Wars was like, "You might want to take that down." I'm like, man, I can't be trusted. You may hear that again, I guess. It's an ongoing conundrum at Lucasfilm. How much should they showcase legacy characters and how much should they keep them in reverse? Would introducing Vader to story about Obi-Wan exile detract from their fateful meeting on the Death Star in 1977 Star Wars when Vader strikes down his old friend? Or could a previously unknown encounter actually enhance that moment? We have these what if conversations 24/7, says Michelle Rejuan, the executive producer of Obi-Wan Kenobi and one of the company's lead development chiefs. It's fun to be in your head, pursue the Star Wars story. Oh, we could have this character or feature that ship. But at the end of the day, we really need to keep it pure about why. In the fall of 2019, Chow sat in Christensen's living room, asking him to return as the most fearsome tyrant in the galaxy. Logs crackled in the fireplace, a cup of herb, lemon, and ginger tea steamed in Chow's cup. Vader, she told Christensen, would add a new dimension that could ultimately reframe the way fans look at their classic duel in the original movie. At the time of the meeting, it had been 14 years since Revenge of the Sith, and the actor assumed his galaxy days were done. He was happy to be wrong. This is a character that has come to define my life in so many ways, he says. I was originally hired to play a very specific portion of this person's life. Most of my work was with Anakin. And now I get to come back and explore the character Darth Vader. Technically, you don't need Christensen for Vader. All you need is a mask, a hulking figure in a suit, and if you're lucky, James Earl Jones and Perseus voice. But you do need Christensen to show the audience the hot-headed, passionate man who was lost when Anakin Skywalker became Vader. A lot of my conversations with Deborah were about wanting to convey this feeling of strength, but also coupled with imprisonment. Christensen says, "There's this power and vulnerability, and I think that's an interesting space to explore." When Chow became the showrunner, she championed a rematch between Vader and Kenobi as Lucasfilm brain trust mulled whether to go that route. Meanwhile, some stages had been booked in England and then cancelled as the story underwent more internal scrutiny, sparking fears from fans that the show itself might go away too. In March 2020, before a lockdown began, the decision was finalized. Vader would return. Part two, a successful perspective on why Vader and Kenobi should face off each other again may surprise even the most ardent Star Wars fans, especially those who think of the two as harboring an epic contentment for one another. For me, across the prequels, through the original trilogy, there's love story dynamic with these two that goes through the whole thing. Chesses. I felt like it was quite hard to not include the person who left Kenobi in such anguish in the series. What intrigued her about was the idea that despite what Vader had become, Kenobi might still care deeply about him. I don't know how you could not. She says, I don't think he will ever not care about him. What special about the relationship is that they loved each other. While Luna is the kind of actor who huddles in the back seat of a car, hiding his Star Wars call, yeah, because Rosario Dawson is like on a Skype thing. And then Hayden's this. Oh, look at guys. It's the master and his child. Trump, Riley, and Krogu. My voice is like getting hurt. Like about how bad Solo is, kind of. Okay, guys, this is where we get up to like the new TV series, I guess. Acolyte. The show has cast base, but the writing is largely complete. So showrunner Leslie Headland, who did Russian Doll. The Acolyte takes place roughly 100 years before the Phantom Menace. A lot of those characters haven't even been born yet. We're taking a look at the political and personal. So, like, history thriller. Okay, guys. Another new series on the horizon doesn't even have a title, just a code name: Grammar Rodeo. A reference to an episode of The Simpsons in which Bart and his schoolmate steal a car and run away for a week using a phony educational event as an alibi. The show takes place during the post Return of the Jedi reconstruction that follows the fall of the Empire, same as The Mandalorian, but its plot remains a secret. I think this is going to be sort of like The Goonies in a way. It's created and executive produced by director John Watts and writer Chris Ford, made Spider-Man Homecoming for Marvel. A casting notice has called for 4 children around 11 to 12 years old. Inside Lucasfilm, the show is being described as a galactic version of classic Amblin coming-of-age adventure films in the 1980s, so probably like the Goonies. That leaves the question of what's happening in Star Wars movies. Okay, I mentioned about the Brian Johnson things. Yeah, welcome back. I never saw you apparently coming. Yep. Well, it's I know that it's 100 years before the events of Phantom Menace, and it's a mystery spy thriller. And I know that you're a dork too. Ha ha ha. But yeah, I'm excited for Acolyte. I'm definitely gonna have to get on my Talking Star Wars channel more. But yeah, and then I'll definitely. Too bad, like, there's no way that I can, like, do a. I know, I read that part. Yeah. Maybe Plagueis as well. Here, I'll even bring up your comment as random check. Maybe Plagueis as well. Palpatine probably isn't even born yet. Because I think somebody said he's like 40 in the Phantom Menace. So he's definitely not born yet. Maybe. Yes. Fun fact, it says that you're not on. Like, it says 0 people are watching. So apparently you're a ghost now. I keep on thinking I see, like, just like a random notification on my laptop when Thomas is like foreheads just like going back and forth kind of in the background of my laptop. Trey left. My friend Trey Jackson left me. I'm gonna do that celebrity crush thing as a random joking. Exactly, right? I definitely think Plagueis for sure is gonna appear. Maybe we'll hear more about the role of 2. Yeah. I haven't actually played Old Republic. Some people actually think that that could be one of the like movies or like the time frame of one of these movies that are coming. Like Kevin Feige, the producer of all these Marvel films, he's doing a movie. I want to be like this like 3 years ago or something. Benioff and Weiss, the creators of the series Game of Thrones, they were rumored to do a Star Wars film. Kathleen let them go because they had to deal with Netflix. They were supposed to do Old Republic. And maybe that's what Kevin Feige and whoever the director is going to do. I kind of think it's going to be Deborah Chow. Why did I say that for? Maybe it could be her. But Chloe Zhao, the one that did the Eternals. Like, she hinted at that she wants to do a Star Wars film. Or it could be James Gunn. Apparently he's like a huge fan of the Old Republic. If they wanted to do an Old Republic movie. Because like you have Backlight, which is High Republic. But he may not want to be like James Gunn may not want to be connected to any of like the movie things, like too close or whatever to, or in the Lego Star. Wait, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Apparently you're a ghost. It says 0 people are watching. Yeah, I can like see you from the corner of my eye, and it says up there too. What am I gonna do with you? Trey called you a ghost earlier. He's like, I'm here. She's a ghost at you. And I just read the whole entire article. Why not? Guys, I'm going to do this for like 3 hours. I gotta get my celebrity crush list page. Give me like 1 second. I'll like open up the tab and stuff. I'm scared. Help me. No, I'm gonna be dumb doing this. Okay, guys. Help. Yep. Apparently your new name is Qui-Gon Jinn. Because it says 0 people are watching. Yeah, I can see you messaging on here. Guys, I'm going to do my celebrity crush list thingy. I'm just going to get like my notebook that has all my 100 crushes. I'm going to do it up to 3 hours, Georgie. Hey. Oh, God. Hey. Just because I'm that bored. Like, there's really nothing to do right now. My laptop is also charging, so maybe I'll watch a movie or something later. I kind of fell asleep watching that film about Hannah or Joanne. The one I showed you yesterday, Terror Train. The poster that I showed you. I kind of fell asleep watching that one yesterday. I know. Like, pardon me. Watch this. I'm going to show you proof, okay? Entire screen. See? Look at it. It says 0 people are watching. Look, you can even like see like the chats and stuff, but 0 people are watching. Georgie, you're a ghost. Georgie, you're a ghost. Haha. And we go like this. Georgie, the friendly ghost. I can't send emojis apparently. Like I can, but like I don't know how to make it. Oh, good. Okay, guys, I'm gonna do my celebrity crush thing, even though I'm gonna regret it. No. Too bad I'm like too lazy. I would have done virtual reality backgrounds and then, or just like a background in general, and then like put them right behind me. Sort of like that Thomas Ian Griffith one I took earlier, like the picture. Trust me, I'll put him in the background thing if I can change it during live. But yeah, here it goes. Oh no. So number 1 is Sir Anthony Hopkins. Why am I hitting myself? Help me. He's one of my favorite Hannibal actors. Next to Mads Mikkelsen. Like, pretty great job. He still gives me chills as Hannibal. Like, one of the parts in the movie that... How in the world are you here? Like, it says 0 people are watching. Oh, yeah? I don't like Hannah either, then. My friend Georgie's friend, in case like I have somebody named Hannah that's a subscriber. But yeah, so he's one of my favorite Hannibal actors ever. He still gives me chills. I think I own Silence of the Lambs, like on the Google Play version. Hey, I own a Costas movie that I never watched on Google Play. Hey, Georgie? I think I do. I may own a Lewis one that I haven't watched. I'm so mean if I don't. And then he's one of my favorite vampire movies, Dracula. Bram Stoker's Dracula with like a kind of young Keanu Reeves. Gary Oldman, one of his... No, I don't have that one. Hold up. I'm not even using my phone. Give me like 1 second. It's like charging, but it's like fully kind of charged. Hi, Thomas. Yo, it just hit 100 when I said hi, Thomas. No, it, nope. Oh, I'm bad. I don't know nothing of Lewis's. Night of the Sicario, that or whatever. That's what the Costas one's called. I got. You can probably get Daddy's Girl though. Now I'm curious. Oh my god, I'm gonna randomly go buy a Lewis movie now as a joke. Maybe that one? I don't have a Lewis movie on my thing. Ew, I don't want to buy Morbius. Sorry, that film kind of looks tough. Georgie, Louis Vuitton shows up when I type Lewis on Google Play. Crappers. My brother's on screen. Nope, you can only get the movie Debt Collector. Maybe the sequel somewhere? Nope. I have to do this really fast. Aw, damn it, Georgie. Say hi. Say hi. Georgie. Who's this guy? I watched that in high school. I'm pretty sure that's the first time that I had a crush on Lewis and I had no clue it was him. Like, I think we had to watch both of them in high school. I forget. God, I have to do my celebrity crush thing really fast. My brother's like coming home soon. He's gonna think I'm weird. Then you got him as I'm gonna like get it to Costas or something like that. I'm randomly gonna end this. Then you got him as like the father of Thor and Loki in the Thor series. Said that his character's dead, but who knows? Taika Waititi could bring him back. I don't know. And Westworld, which is sort of like Jurassic Park, but it's robotic gunslingers instead of dinosaurs. And I think Anthony Hopkins is supposed to be like your John Hammond. I feel like I'm gonna get a Costas or something. How about let's not look up Thomas Ian Griffith in that movie because he showed up in the suggestions. They got Australian actor Ben Mendelsohn. He's known for this really amazing show that I think is on Netflix still, called like The Black Sheep of the Family. It won a few Emmys. You have this amazing TV show. I forget where it is. It's a Stephen King one called The Outsiders with Cynthia Erivo, who played Harriet Tubman a few years back. And Rogue One, A Star Story, getting choked by Vader. Maybe we'll see him in Andor as well. Like, I feel like we're going to see him in Andor for sure. Ben Mendelsohn, Orson Krennic in Andor. I'm just going to go through this as fast as possible. Watch me forget one of my crushes. I like singing the alphabet in my head, by the way. Georgie, wait. Georgie! Georgie! Who's this dork? Ha ha ha. I feel I mentioned called him a dork yesterday on my movie collection stream thingy that I did like last night at like 8 p.m. in the dark. I know. You got Bruce Greenwood. I think he was the second version of Christopher Pike before this girl guy watch this. Before I know, right? I think his character died though in the third or second Star Trek movie. But he's known for playing Captain Christopher Pike in J.J. Abrams' Star Trek, the second version, I believe. Like the second Pike before Captain of Stars, Guy Anson out. Ha 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 ha. played him in Strange New Worlds and other recent Star Trek shows. Aha, I said that you love Anson. Then I may have mentioned Anson yesterday in my stream for Nonstop, and I think it was like plays Captain Pike in Star Trek. He's kind of like an AAA, like a Alcoholic Anonymous, like owner of the group club thingy in Doctor Sleep. He has like a small cameo, and that's like the second Stephen King film that he's in, because he's Gerald in this film called Gerald's Game. I thought it was that movie. Too bad you won't get to see him again. And they got this video after based off of real life events. Really sad movie. Oh no, Georgie. Hold up, guys. Now I gotta really die. Then you got. I'm gonna mention this thing if I can later. Shut your face. What the? Then you got this actor named. Oh no, Bern Gorman. Ow, ow. Wait, he got what? Oh yeah, I think so. Then you got this guy named Bern Gorman. I don't really know anything that isn't, but I loved him in The Offer so far. There's like 5 more episodes to go, which I'm gonna cry about. The ending comes like the next episode after the one that comes out today is the one that comes out on my birthday. I think I'm gonna hurt people's ears, apparently. Who's next? Also, for those of you guys that own Paramount Plus, I don't know which episode he's in, maybe the whole series, but he's a character in Halo. Hi. Then you got this guy named Burt Lancaster. I'm gonna get to Costas, and I'm gonna scream "Daddy" or something. I'm just gonna end this stream because I may have to go see him. Watch this. Maybe I'll do like a continuation later because like my brother's coming home from work right now. But you got 1900, I think, based off of like real life events with a few of my crushes. No, poor Europe, man. I should have randomly put him in the celebrity crush list just to randomly bug you. But I should really get going. So my brother is gonna come home in a few minutes and kill me. Like, he doesn't like me talking too much in my room, but this has done it for 2 hours. And I think he works. What? I should what? Thomas, shut up. I can see his neck in the background. I should do what? A part 2 later? Maybe I'll do a part 2 later. I just gotta kind of rewatch this one later and figure out where I was, because I did Burn. Now I'm doing Burt Lancaster. Then I got Field Dreams, one of my favorite baseball movies. Don't make me. I will. Give me a second, actually, and then I may just get off. I'm gonna do it. Then you got one of my favorite baseball movies ever, Field Dreams. Actually, yeah, I'm not gonna do it, Georgie. I'm just gonna do all my celebrity crushes. I put that in the description. Yeah. Board stream, Cobra Kai talk, Star Wars talk. I didn't even do my Cobra Kai stuff. No, I'm not gonna show Anson though. If I do a stream tomorrow, maybe I will. Ho 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 ho. But yeah, one of my favorite baseball films ever with one of my crushes coming up soon or tomorrow or later this video. Or Kevin Costner. And James Earl Jones, the guy that voices Vader, is in as well. One of my favorite westerns of all time, Gunfather Cackrell, with a minute with late grade Kirk Douglas. Haha, I'm not gonna get up to Costas anytime soon. I know, I may do a continuation later. I may just like do a few of these people and then I'll just get off. I know, because it's gonna be your birthday. I'll do a part 2 later or something. They got Charles Shaughnessy, who's known for getting screamed at Mr. Chef Neil by Fran Drescher in the series Nanny, and being heartthrob Shane Donovan in the series Days of Our Lives and his like twin brother. I hope he comes back to Days of Our Lives. Oh, great. Then you got actor Charlton Heston. He's known for saying the passages to the Bibles and the Ten Commandments on the mountain. Being a CGI'd monkey, I believe, in the remake of Planet of the Apes, and being the astronaut that discovers them in the original Planet of the Apes. Oh, God. And being the famous chariot race scene in Ben-Hur. Yeah, I'm gonna get going, okay? My voice hurts. I've been talking for 2 hours straight without breaks, I feel like. I may do a part 2 of this later. I kind of have to rewatch like this part to get ready for Christian Slater, Christopher Alpert, Clint Eastwood, Costas, David Hasselhoff, Dennis Quaid, Donald Sutherland, Ed Harris, Emilio Estevez, Isa Morales, Ewan, Blake Ward, Gregory Peck, Harrison Ford, Harvey Keitel, this guy named James Cromwell, this guy named James Mason, Joaquin Phoenix, Kevin Costner, Kiefer Sutherland, this one named Lance Henriksen, Laurence Olivier, Liam Neeson, Lewis, Matthew Good, this one named Justin Chambers, this one named this one named Anthony Scordy, who I accidentally just forgot, Mads, Marlon Brando, Martin Sheen, Pedro Pascal, Robert De Niro, Robert Taylor, Sam Neill, Scott Glenn, Sean Connery, Taika, Viggo Mortensen. This one named William Fichtner, this one named William Holden, William Peterson, and Zabka. Crappers, you wanna know who I just realized? And Big Dork. Yeah, I called him Big Dork. And why not this Big Dork? Just gonna put him on for a second. And Big Dork. Hey. And Big Dork. Big Dork. Help me. Big Dork. Oh my god. Help me. Okay, I'm gonna go now, or else I'm gonna forget that Jork is right here. And my brother's tomorrow. Speaking of Jorks. See ya. I'll probably be